Welcome to Wakana. We offer natural and organically grown CBD products backed by our 30-day bottom-of-the-bottle guarantee. Our proprietary blends contain more than 15 essential oils like black seed and turmeric, which help in creating the ultimate entourage effect. We provide a certificate of analysis on all of our CBD-infused products. These tests are conducted by one of the top ISO labs in Florida to ensure quality and potency inside of every batch. We are one of the few companies in the world who conduct full panel testing to confirm our ingestible products are free of pesticides, mold, and other dangerous compounds. The foundation of Wakana is based on 4 pillars, including health, wealth, legacy, and freedom. According to the current CBD market, there is a tremendous opportunity for you to launch your own dispensary with Wakana. You can retail products online, earning from 20 to 50% of the commissionable volume. By launching an online dispensary, you can win the loyalty of your customers by offering the hottest products like edibles, flower, hair care, tinctures, and topicals. Wakana isn't just a company. We are a movement. During the pandemic, we grew over 100% and expanded our headquarters from 1,000 to over 5,500 square feet. We have over 10,000 customers and a 5-star online rating from our satisfied customers and distributors. So what are you waiting for? Start partnering with one of the fastest growing and most reputable CBD companies in the world. Wakana, the crown jewel of CBD.
Thank you for listening to that. And I am going to share, hopefully it is finished spinning and buffering for me to be able to do that. And it is not. So, Dr. Rita, is it possible that you happen to have those slides that I may be able to use and just go through those few slides at the beginning?
Let's see, I would have to pull that up.
Yeah, I had it up and for some reason it's just frozen. Gonna try to see if I can go back. Guys, thank you so much for your patience. So sorry about this little technical difficulty. It is not something that we deal with all the time.
Okay, I have it pulled up.
Awesome. I'll be happy to go through that and then I will give you your proper introduction, ma'am. So as the video mentioned, Wakana is the crown jewel of CBD. And it also mentioned that we are more than just a company. We are a movement. In fact, with a vision, we exist to help end the negative stigma that's caused communities around the world to suffer and to lose out on the health and the wealth benefits of the cannabis plant. In fact, our mission is to be a catalyst that stirs that movement, that inspires people to confidently move into the legal space as entrepreneurs and formulators and investors, evoking the courage and strength of people to take back their health, wealth, legacy, and freedom. There are 4 co-founders, and I will introduce Dr. McGuire in just a moment. But these 4 ladies have come together with their synergistic efforts and their shared foundational values to form Wakana to make it into the crown jewel of CBD. I'm going to start from the far right because I want to give Dr. Rita, since she is here, her due. So on our far right, we have our Chief Sales Officer, Phyllis Nash. She's a woman with over 35 years of experience in both the traditional and the home-based business arena, being winning awards everywhere that she goes. And in fact, she's called the midwife of Wakana because she loves helping other people to achieve their goals and their dreams. And we just appreciate her for all of her guidance. Melissa Boston is in fact the visionary of Wakana. She serves as the CEO and the legacy pillar. Melissa created a legacy for her family by really grabbing her time freedom back from corporate America by leaving there at 33 and a half, starting her home-based business, and attracting teams from over 46 countries. She got back into corporate America when asked by a mentor to head up his cannabis company, taking that company from $8,000 a month in revenue to over $250,000 a month in revenue. And then Wakana was birthed. Dr. Patricia Van Pelt serves as our CFO, our president, and our wealth pillar. She's actually a person that has really created a wealth story coming from Cabrini Green housing project there in Chicago. She's gotten into public service, in fact, serving as a third-time state senator there in Chicago. And then we have our one of our first speaker, our co-founder, our chief medical officer, and our health pillar, Dr. Rita J. McGuire. This is a woman who's quickly become a friend and a mentor. She has over 30 years of experience as an obstetrician, gynecologist, delivering well over 8,000 babies in the United States and the Caribbean. She has added to her continued quest for edification. She's added to her roster of education now hair. Are you trichology now registered,
I
certified?
am a certified trichology instructor.
Certified trichology instructor. And you know, she's a sought after trainer in many ways, a fitness expert. And you know, she is our chief medical officer, heading up a panel of experts that come from every field in medicine. And we just appreciate her for everything that she does. And Dr. Rita McGuire is now going to talk to us about the scalp. And so, Dr. Rita, go ahead and take it away.
Well, thank you so much, Kathy. I want to welcome all of our guests, all of our business partners out there. Welcome to a very, very exciting topic. And that topic is hair loss, hair thinning, issues with our hair, our scalp, dryness, dandruff. So our agenda for our second half is that we're going to learn about the importance of hydration and toxins to be released from the scalp. You know, when I talk about hair loss and hair thinning, it is a global pandemic. I know we're dealing with COVID, but people, children, men, women, all over the globe, we're losing our hair. So these calls on Monday, I really, really hope that you can share these calls because it is a global pandemic. You're going to meet our VP of Wakana's Hair Division, Doris F. Mosley. We're going to be doing with Doris a live demonstration on a scalp facial. You guys are going to learn how this is done, the products you need to have it done properly by yourself, by your stylist. And then we're going to go over our products that we have in our Save Our Strand system. We're going to leave time for questions. We're going to give you some answers and then a call to action. So when we talk about dehydration, what is dehydration? Well, many of you know dehydration results from the fact if you're not taking in water enough for the water that's leaving our body and leaving our cells, we become dehydrated. That can be from the mere fact that you're not drinking water. Or maybe you started to work out and you've excessively sweating and we're not replacing our water. We're drinking less water. Maybe you're a stylist, maybe you're a healthcare professional, or maybe you're just busy and you're not drinking enough water. When we get ill, vomiting, diarrhea, all of these conditions and situations cause dehydration. Some of the symptoms that we see: thirst, frequent dark urine, or less frequent urination. The urine is typically dark when we're dehydrated. We can always tell if we're drinking enough water, our urine is nice and clear. Muscle cramps, headaches, irritability, dizziness, rapid heartbeat. And when dehydration becomes very severe, it can lead to death. So what about our hair though? I mean, that's why we're here. Well, how does dehydration affect our hair? Well, if we're not drinking enough water, You'll notice it. Your hair is dry. It may be frizzy. You may see more split ends. It's prone to break. It doesn't grow like it normally grows. And all of that triggers hair loss. We're going to learn about that very soon. But when we are drinking our water, we're hydrating adequately. Our hair is glossy, it's strong, it doesn't frizz up, and it really has a normal growth pattern. So let's look quickly at the structure of the hair. The hair shaft, which is the hair that you see on your hair, it's above the skin, and the hair root, which you don't see because you can't look underneath your skin, both are critical in needing water. We know that our body needs water, but our hair needs water. It needs to be nourished from the inside out. In fact, I don't know if you know this, but hair is the fastest growing organ after our bone marrow. And our bone marrow is pretty important, so you can see how important the growth of the hair is. Our hair has a growth cycle. It grows, it rests, it sheds. It grows, it rests, it sheds. The lifespan is about 4 to 6 years, but what you should understand is that every single hair shaft, that hair that you see above the scalp, is made up of 1/4 of water. So when we are dehydrated, the shaft weakens, it breaks, it doesn't grow. Also, water is imperative to remove toxins. We need that water to allow toxins to be released from our skin. That's one of the first things you'll notice, right? If you're going through a cleanse or if you're going through our 21-day cleanse here at Wakana, sometimes those toxins are expressed on our skin by acne, by maybe an increase in dandruff or buildup in our scalp, which we want that to be released. So it's imperative to drink water. And then look down in the dermis, the lower level of the skin, of the scalp. We know that there are blood vessels. So we need water so that the circulation of the scalp can feed and nourish the hair follicle. So yes, dehydration affects our hair. Yes, if we're dehydrated, our body is going to sense that major organs need water first, like our brain and like our other internal organs, like our kidneys and our liver. It's not going to think about our hair. So that's why we have to be very intentional, and we have to remember that we have to drink adequate water for our hair. Here are some tips that I want to leave you with to keep your hair hydrated. Some people need motivation, right? You can go on Amazon, you can get one of those motivational gallons where every hour on the hour, it reminds you to drink water. We need to be consuming about 1/2 of our body weight in water. So purchase a motivator if you need one. You can also consume fruits and vegetables that are high in water content, like cucumbers and watermelon and lettuce and celery. There are tons and tons of fruits and vegetables that you can look up that are high in water content. And then be consistent with your scalp facials. And that's what we're going to learn about today. Another way to keep your hair, your scalp, the largest organ of your body, hydrated. So I want to bring up Doris F. Mosley. And it's Black History Month. And you know what I said? I said, I'm going to honor this icon during Black Health History Month. She is founder and CEO of Los Angeles Spectrum International Beauty Expo. She's an accomplished cosmetologist. She's a certified trichologist. A trichologist is someone who studies the disease of the hair and the scalp. She's a hairstylist. She's an entrepreneur. She's a speaker and industry trailblazer. She is the VP of Wakana's hair division, and she is absolutely an icon in the industry. And in fact, yesterday when I was speaking to Doris, she reminded me that she was the very first educator for Dudley's Hair School. So Doris Mosley, I want to honor you for Black History Month as being one of the icon cosmetologists, hair industry leaders for February. So thank you for all that you do, Doris. So I'm going to bring up Doris. She's going to be doing a live presentation, a scalp facial. We also have some visuals, so whenever you want me to show a slide of a product, just let me know. I'm here. But thank you so much, Doris, for all that you do, and you can take it away.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rita and Kathy. I am just so amazed today to be honored. 48 years I've been doing this, and I still am in love with it, has a lot of passion for it. So I just applaud Wakana for having me on board. I'm excited about that, Dr. Rita. And to work with you, that is truly an honor. I am so excited because you don't know I've admired you ever since I met you. So today, we're going to do a scalp facial, and you're probably saying, a scalp facial? I never heard of that. Well, a scalp facial is simply just like a facial, but it's just we're doing it on the scalp. We're exfoliating the skin. And just to let you know, because I found out the other day, one of my friends didn't know what alopecia was. She was so shocked when the doctor told her she had alopecia, and I had already shared that with her, but she didn't hear me. But she heard the doctor. She said, Doris, I have alopecia. Well, alopecia is just simply the medical term for baldness. And there's 3 types of alopecia. There's alopecia areata, which is in patches. There's alopecia totalis, which there's no hair on the head, and the eyebrows and eyelashes are sometimes affected. And there's alopecia universalis, meaning there's no hair on the whole body. And Dr. Reed was talking about the follicle. You have over 5 million follicles over the entire body, but over 100,000 make it to the head. And with everything you have, and with Connor say, let's do SOS, let's save our strands. And that's what we're doing. We are saving our strands. So I want everybody on the line today just to say, healthy hair starts with a healthy scalp. I want you to say it as if you was live with me inside of a classroom. Healthy hair starts with a healthy scalp. So we're going to, we recognize some of the things that could happen with the scalp, such as itchiness. You know, a lot of us start itching on the scalp. There's a reason that's why that is itching like that. Then we have flakes on the scalp, which means that your skin is accelerating faster than you can take it off. It's growing growing skin cells that you can't get off. So we're going to do exfoliation, and we're going to get those cells off, those extra cells that's building up. And then, of course, there's buildup. Sometimes that buildup is from improper rinsing when you're doing just a plain shampoo. And a plain shampoo cannot do what I'm getting ready to do today. I have tested. I've been at testing sites where I scanned the scalp, and they have such a buildup. And they said, I just got my hair done. I mean, they just left the salon. So I know that a regular shampoo cannot do what I'm getting ready to do today. And that's why I recommend, if you have if your skin accelerates faster than others, you may need to do this twice a month. But I recommend that you do it once a month. And so that's important. Also, it's important that you know that if you leave that alone, as Dr. Rita just shared, to get the toxin out, you gotta have those pores unclogged. Because if you don't, it gets down into your follicle, and it becomes folliculitis. And if you know what itis is, that means there's a sickness somewhere. So you don't want that to happen, because you want to be able to get your hemp powered hair in, but it won't go in unless the pores are unclogged. And hemp powered hair is the first product that Wakana brought to us. And we were so excited about this because we did want to save our strands. We did want to make sure the follicles stay healthy. We did want to make sure that the hair stayed on the head. And let me share with you what can eliminate that itchy scalp in the hemp powered hair is our black seed oil. Black seed oil helps eliminate the itchy scalp. Then we have rosemary. Rosemary is simply in there to fight off DHT. And we talked about DHT. We're going to go through that again on one of our sessions. But DHT just simply takes the nourishment away from the follicle. And if you continue to take it away, eventually it will die. Then we have pumpkin seed. Pumpkin seed help get rid of inflammation. And I love when Dr. Rita talk about inflammation because it won't work if your scalp is inflamed all the time. You don't even have to see it. It could be beneath the epidermis. Then we have clove. Clove helps stop the hair from shedding so. Because if the hair is constantly shedding excessively, that's an issue. So clove help minimize shedding. Although on the norm, we lose anywhere from 50 to 100 strands a day. And then I love the fact they have, and I'm not gonna go through all of it, but I love the fact that they have salmon oil. Salmon oil helps give the hair the shine, it helps give the hair the strength, and that's what it's all about. It's about having strong, healthy hair. And CBD, bringing the body back into balance, is in all of this whole system. From the hemp-powered hair, which I always say, it was the mother that birthed the system. So I'm gonna get started. And what we need our Renewing Shampoo. Now, our Renewing Shampoo is excellent for moisture. And you need moisture because if you let your hair go dry, like Doc said earlier, you can cause breakage. And I don't care how you lose your hair. I mean, I care, but when people say, well, I didn't lose mine because of, it doesn't matter, it's gone. So we have this renewing, just what it says, it renews those hair strands. It gives strength to them. It has CBD in it also. So that means it's constantly trying to bring the body back into balance. So we have our Renewing Shampoo. We also have peppermint oil. We have our peppermint oil. And we're gonna put in a little baking soda, which helps kills the bacteria. So let's get started here. So you can see a scalp facial is no more than exfoliation of the scalp. And that means that you have to make sure that you do this on a regular basis. Now, my client here is Mark. Mark is a barber. He and I work in the same building.
Hi, Mark.
They said hi, Mark.
Hello.
Mark is
Excuse
also,
my hair.
that's okay, Mark. This is my first time servicing Mark. So Mark is having a lot of diffusing up here, thinning. And I said to him, you got to get into our product, Mark. So he's willing to get our product and get going because we got to try to save Mark. But what I'm going to do,
My father.
he doesn't have such a large hair like mine. So I'm going to put about a half an ounce of Renewing Shampoo.
My father has been thinning.
Yeah, so he's androgenetic, but we still gonna try to slow it down. And I'm gonna put about 4 drops, maybe 5 of our peppermint.
Yes, I want to keep my
And
hair.
peppermint, what's the purpose of peppermint? Peppermint is very stimulating. And when it's stimulated, it causes the blood to flow much easier. And that's what we want to do. We want to increase the blood circulation because the blood nourishes those follicles. And I'm going to put a tablespoon of the baking soda. Now, once you get all that in, you're going to stir it up real good. Make your paste. You're going to make a paste out of it. It even smells good. It's very relaxing. You know, when you relax and you can smell the aroma, what happens, it opens up the blood vessels. So it smells so good.
Yes.
Now I'm going to use a toothbrush, a medium bristle of the toothbrush. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to start around the hairline. I'm going to go in, circular motion. Always try to bring the blood up to the scalp. So we're going to rotate. When we're rotating, we're actually deep cleansing those pores. And it's so relaxing, very relaxing. Circular motion, okay? And we're going to go, of course, apart. We're going to take small sections because we want to make sure we're covering every inch of his scalp. Rotate, rotate, always bringing the blood up to the surface. And when I tell you, this is an added, for the hairstylist, this is an added service. And you don't want to do this to yourself. You will absolutely want somebody else to do it. So you can relax and enjoy it.
Make me fall asleep.
See, don't fall asleep. Mark told me he may fall asleep. That's what you want them to do. You want them to fall asleep and relax, and you want them to make sure they enjoy every moment.
I am.
And a deep cleansing the pores,
Uh,
getting all the buildup out of there. And that's important because if you don't get it out, guess what? It's going to clog the pores. It's going to keep the product out and keep the toxin in.
I'm glad
And
I washed
skin-
my hair first.
Skin is the largest organ of elimination. So if you don't have those pores unclogged, you're not getting it out.
So Doris, I'm asking our audience to put questions in the chat if they have them. Now, do you have to wash, you have to shampoo your hair first before you do that?
No, you don't. Because you're definitely going to shampoo it afterwards. You don't have to.
Well,
And can you explain CCCA?
Oh, yes.
That's my favorite.
CCCA, again, I was once diagnosed, so I know all about, not all, but I know enough to share it with you. It is where you start diffusing in the top. And a lot of people are going through that. It starts diffusing in the top, and that's the central part. Then it starts to spread out. That's the centrifugal part. That's that second C. And then the third C is cicatricial. Cicatricial is the scar tissue. Now, you may not be able to see that scar tissue by looking at it with the eye, but with a biopsy, the dermatologist or doctor can say, you have CCCA. Alopecia is the A, of course. So you have to really attend to that, and you have to, get on top of that because it continues to spread, and you can end up with male or female pattern baldness. Now, what I did, I got on top of that. Hemp powered hair ingredients was perfect. It took 8 months. I started seeing a difference after 2 months. But a lot of people, Dr. Rita, they're not patient. They don't have patience. So you only get 6 inches a year. You only get 6 inches a year. And if I was looking for those 6 inches in 2 months, I would have been in trouble. So I was patient with the process. And I started seeing a difference after 2 months. And I just stuck with us, using my product diligently. And after 8 months, my hair came back. Now, a lot of the products out there who promotes hair growth, after you finish using it and stop using it, the hair fall out again. So I wanted to see if it would happen to me. For 2 months, I stopped using it. I wanted to see because I wanted to be the testers. And when I stopped using it, my hair continued to grow. So I was so excited that it didn't happen like that. So you guys, CCCA is very serious.
What's the cause of CCCA?
Pardon me?
What's the cause of CCCA?
Well, you know what? They have found it to be hereditary. They have also found it to be hot cone related, chemical related, because a lot of people, and I got a client like that, a new client like that on Saturday, they're applying too much heat to the hair, and it's going close to the scalp. And that if a person is subject to have CCCA, that's how it happens. And chemical relaxer, they put in the relaxer directly on the scalp, and the relaxer is a controlled amount of lye. And whatever that relaxer is doing to the hair, it is doing the same thing to the scalp. It's softening up the hair, it is softening up the scalp. And over a period of time, it could be CCCA, that scar tissue that's there. So it has been known to be related to those issues.
Is that a toothbrush you're using?
Yes, it is. It's a medium bristle.
Is there anything else you can use instead of a toothbrush?
I don't think so. I never use anything else but a toothbrush because it allows me to do rotary motions, and it goes and get into the pores. Those bristles get into the pores. And how do you feel, Mark?
Amazing. I'm trying not to fall asleep right now. This is amazing.
So you guys hear
Yes.
Mark, right?
And I'm a barber and I'm learning so much. This is my 30-year anniversary. And I'm learning so much from Ms. Doris right now as we speak. And I'm going into education for, teaching barbers, but it's amazing to hear a young woman that has teaching me to keep my hair because my younger brother is bald.
Yeah, but we're gonna try to save you, Mark.
Yeah, we're gonna really help you out there.
We're gonna help you.
Doris,
Yes.
there is some people that had a bad connection. So I have the slide up of the scalp facial products. Can
Okay.
you just repeat how much you put of each so they can get a visual of what you're doing too? If you
Okay, we need our renewing shampoo, and we need baking soda, which kills the bacteria. And we also use the peppermint oil, Wakana peppermint oil, which is very stimulating to the scalp. And it depends on the size of the head, not the length of the hair, the size of the head, how much you mix. So for Mark, I mixed about an ounce of shampoo, and I did a tablespoon of baking soda and about 6 drops of the peppermint oil. Mix it up. You want to have a paste. You don't want to have it running really loose. You want to have a nice paste and apply it in a rotary motion. And by doing that, you are deep cleansing those pores and getting that unclogging the pores so you can get the toxin out. See, that's very important when it comes to hair loss and hair restoration. You want to make sure that you are keeping a healthy scalp to get healthy hair. Okay? That's very important.
How much baking soda was that?
About a tablespoon. But again, it depends on how the size of the head. Mark doesn't have a large size head, but I put, and I use, as you can see in the bowl, I have a little left. Now, what am I gonna do with that? When it's time for me to shampoo Mark, I'm gonna put that, the rest on his head and out throughout his hair.
Mark, how much water do you drink a day?
Oh, at least 3 bottles of, I don't know, what it's called, at least 3 bottles of water.
Okay, so that's not enough water. We need you to increase that water intake.
Yeah.
And that's really going to help to stimulate the scalp, to stimulate the growth as well as our amazing products. The other question that we want to do is to ask you is what happens if you don't get the buildup off the scalp?
The first time, then you just try again. You with this method, Doc, I have noticed that you do get it up. And the next, the next time I'm gonna try to do a scalp scanning for you so you can see, how it looks before a scalp facial.
Which one?
The box. How it looks before a scalp facial.
This one?
Yes. That way you can tell whether or not you got it up.
Okay.
Because it will show you. Although you can't see, some people say you can see the follicle from once you do the scalp scanning and do the scalp facial, but you cannot. You can only see a follicle on ultrasound. And I'm not a doctor, so Dr. Rita can tell you that you can only see it through an ultrasound. And so the scalp facial definitely deep cleanse the pores to the point where when you look at it again under the scanner, you can look down in the hole. It's almost amazing, Dr. Rita, how deep you go in by doing the scalp facial.
So the way that we really analyze the scalp, ladies and gentlemen that are on the line, is really by analyzing it with it's almost like a high defined microscope hair scanning device that we're all trained, Doris and myself are trained in. If you get certified as a trichologist, you will too. So we can really see what's going on with inflammation, what's going on. Is there a hair follicle still there? You know, has a hysterectomy, a hair follicle hysterectomy, as Doris talks about, has that occurred? So that's something that your cosmetologist is not trained to do, but a trichologist is trained to do that. So hopefully that answers your question about inflammation as well. How often do you do a scalp facial? I think, Doris, you stated once a month.
Once a month, if you have normal buildup, because like I say, the flakes come with the skin cells manufacturing faster than you can get them off. So if you don't get a shampoo we would love to say every week, but I know because of our hair practices, we probably don't get it done once a week, but at least every 2 weeks. And if you find that you do have excessive flakes, then you may need to get it twice a month. But it's something that everybody needs to get, because a lot of people say, I have healthy hair, I feel, and I have this and I have that, but everybody, first of all, everybody should be in the system, the SOS system. Secondly, you definitely need the hemp powered hair drops, because like what has happened to Mark hair is thinning. So he needs to get on it now, or he should have gotten on it a long time ago. So it kind of will help. Now what I'm gonna do is wrap his head up in saran wrap. You can wrap up in saran wrap, or you can put a plastic cap on for about 10 minutes. Now, you don't have to go under the dryer. You can let the body heat do the work. But of course, I'm not gonna let him sit that long because of time. But if you was in the salon and you were a stylist in the salon, or if you have somebody to do this for you at home, put a plastic cap on or wrap it in saran wrap and give it a chance to really take on the body heat. I prefer the body heat opposed to the dryer heat, okay? And let it kind of do its thing, and then take them and place them under take them through the shampoo bowl and put the rest of the leftovers on, so you don't want to waste. And because you can always mix more if you didn't mix enough. I don't like wasting, because if a little will do what a lot will do, why use a lot? And that's why our products is so concentrated. And a lot of people say, well, if we don't have lauryl sulfate in our product. Lauryl sulfate has given the name of a carcinogenic. It's not carcinogenic, but it does cause irritation to the scalp. And you don't want that, because that's what causes the flakes. That's what causes the inflammation. But the paraffin and the mineral oils, we don't have that in our product. And that is really, really good, because we don't have to worry about causing challenges down the road, okay? So when we kind of thought of the SOS system, they thought of a system that's going to give us moisture, protein. Now, our hair is made of two things, moisture and protein, but they have to be balanced. You can't over-proteinize a head of hair, and you don't want to over-moisturize a head of hair, because we talked about type and texture. We do not want to end up changing we can end up changing our texture if we let our flakes build up and cause our pores to be clogged, which will cause nothing but problems. And some people say, well, my dandruff, I have growing dandruff. That's a myth. I say, if you have growing dandruff, you must sprinkle some fertilizer up in your head too, because growing, that is not the real story. Growing dandruff, that is not true. That's a myth. So let's keep saying that, you guys.
Well, we have 15 minutes, Doris, left. Okay, I want to shoot in. Can I shoot in some questions real quick?
Yeah, then I'll shampoo him. I can shampoo him off camera, but I would just want you guys to know this shampoo gives the best lather, and a lot of people look for lather to be a cleansing. If you're looking for lather, this shampoo, the renewing shampoo, has a great lathering property. So we're excited about that. But yes, let's do some questions and I will take him afterwards.
Sure. So Cheryl is asking, what about a heating cap? Can you use a heating cap while you have that on his head?
You can, but then you don't want but 5 minutes on a preheated cap. See, the thing about it, you don't want to put a lot of heat on the hair. That's why I like the natural heat. The natural heat instead of all the other heat.
Another question Mary didn't hear your answer to is, why do you use baking soda?
Because it kills the germs. It's a bacteria killer.
How do you price this service?
I usually charge $45 for this scalp facial. It's an add-on service.
Yes, you can drink purified water, alkaline water, spring water. You can drink whatever type of water. I wouldn't recommend drinking tap water. So all the questions about water, no tap water. Is this good for a man's beard, this scalp facial?
Absolutely, yes. Here's our barber sitting here, and we're going to be working with him. He's in the same building with me, so I'm going to work with Mark.
We're excited, Mark. Welcome. Another question is, once you have CCCA, will you ever get the texture back that you used to have before getting CCCA?
Well, you know what, to answer that question, I did not find that to be a change in my texture. Right now, what I have on my hair is some relaxer. I just comb the relaxer through, not to put it on my scalp, just to comb it through. And then I put a little color, you know.
It's
really
cute. I love it.
So that's what I have. And then I style it with foam and some of our oud oil.
I got my hair back. Okay.
Yes, oud oil. Yesterday we was in was not Saturday. They had a really nice Zoom going. And oud oil is something that you can put in your hair. It smells good, and your mate could just say, ooh.
Okay, well, I'm gonna share some slides with our audience. But Trina is stating that the texture of her hair has changed since she's had CCCA, and that's why she was asking, will she ever get the texture back?
You know what? Mine didn't change. So that's what, for starters. But it changed from where? From where you felt it was worse or better. Because hair grows anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 inch a month. So how long ago and what did she take to get rid of CCCA, or if she got rid of it? I think all that plays a part in, and then be careful of what kind of practice, what you're doing now to your hair. Because that's why I don't want relaxer to touch my scalp. I want it to just do the top to kind of give it another texture.
Yeah. Trina, do you want to unmute your mic so you can ask any other question? Because
yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, it drastically changed my texture of my hair. And I was just diagnosed with it. I started noticing thinning. The only symptom I had was the thinning in the crown, and that started like in 2009. But I also thought that the changing the thinning was because I changed my diet and I stopped eating meat. So
did you replace it with other proteins? So
yes, I did. Yes. Yes,
moisture.
Yes, I did. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you gotta have protein, but like I say, it didn't happen to me like that. I guess everybody's different depending on the person. But right now, Wakanda is going through the blood typing, eating for your blood type, and I truly believe some foods that we eat that is not good for the blood type that we have trigger different things about us.
Okay.
And that could be, and Dr. Rita can expound on that further. That could be some of it.
Right.
Okay.
And Trina, were there any autoimmune conditions picked up?
No, not at all. And this was through the dermatologist, but I'm going to the doctor to get some blood work done to actually see what's really going on, because I mean, that's just to me, that's just the root of the problem. So to me, it seemed like there may be something else. Hopefully not, but I just want to make sure. So
We pray not, but absolutely blood
okay.
type is something that you should find out as well, to eat by your blood type to see if there's any foods that you need to stay away from. We need to do blood testing to test for lupus, to test for any other autoimmune condition that could play a part in what's going on with your hair. So I'm glad you're getting that taken care of.
Yes.
And we also want you on our products. These products, along with diet, along with really getting to a firm diagnosis, collectively, all of this is going to give you what you need to get your hair and texture back.
Okay. Okay.
And Dr. Rita, a fitness program also. We
Absolutely.
don't realize how, if our body is not healthy, skin being the largest organ of elimination, and the health of that we are, the better we'll get. Nails, hair, skin, all of that plays a part. So it's very important that, and it's good, like Dr. Rita said, that you're going to find out, because sometimes the foods that we love so dearly taken away and things could change.
Definitely. Yes, definitely.
Wonderful. So thank you, Trina, for joining us, and thank you for really chiming in so that we can give you some more direction.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. And I thank you for inviting me.
Wonderful. Cheryl has a question. Can permanent hair dye cause your hair to thin?
Yes, of course. Any chemical can cause your hair to thin, and that is a chemical. Yes, absolutely. And permanently pressing the hair also can cause your hair to thin, because if you're constantly using heat, and when you shampoo your hair, it should go all the way back to its natural texture. If it's not going back to its natural texture, it has been permanently pressed, and that can cause hair to thin.
Doris, can you speak on the Oud body oil? Because I am new to using Oud body oil on my hair. Can you give us an example of how much, how often we should be using this?
Dr. Rita, to be honest, I use it almost every day because of the way I wear my hair, okay, in this texture. But if you got locks, Kathy can tell you what I share with them about that. Put it in your water. Water and oil don't mix. But if you spray it and shake it as you spray it, it will work very good. If you're doing wet setting, you can add oud oil to your foam or your setting lotion. You don't have to put a lot, but you want to put enough so it'll get throughout the hair. And if you're doing thermal texturizer, which is your better way of saying press and curl, just upgraded it. You can put it on I like to put it on after I blow dry, because if I put it on while it's wet, I might overuse. So I blow dry the hair first, then I spray about 3 or 4 squirts in my hand and rub my hand together and put it out throughout the hair. And then the end of the hairstyle, if I think I need to put a little more, I'll put a little more. I found that it was a buffer for the heat, because you gotta have something on that hair if you're doing thermal to buffer that heat. So that's how you can use it in many different ways. It's a body oil. It was first formulated for skin, but remember, hair is an appendage of skin. So we just put it on the hair also and put it on the skin and just use it. It's multiple purpose for oud oil. So you could just have a great time with oud oil.
Can you just talk about the styling cream? I know that's something that you wanted to point out, that it doesn't clog your pores.
It does not. A lot of people think because the styling cream in the end, you can put it on, and they think, well, I done gave that nice scalp facial. Now I'm gonna put this on, it's gonna clog the pores. It does not clog the pores. You only need about a pea size, depending again on how much hair the person has. Now you determine how much according to the hair. And you rub it in your hand and it emulsifies, and then you run it through the hair. Excellent styling cream. My daughter is a stylist for the movie and television industry. She loved the styling cream, and so does her clients that she's working on the sets. They love the styling cream, you guys. So when you see their beautiful looking hair, you wonder what's the foundation of that look. Sometimes you need to look and see who did it. If you see Lily Frierson on that screen, that's my daughter. Check with her. She loves Wakana system. Love it. And then Saturday, she had a gentleman in here who was getting locks, Dr. Rita. He had him up for at least 4 months, a twist. And that was, Lily said, Mama, give me the detangling of Wakana. The detang spray in, leave in, detangler. And I gave it to her. She sprayed it on his head and she was able to comb his hair out. So we got the product. We got everything you need. That leave-in detangler, we got everything you need. The only thing you need to do is use it. And we have hairstylists on the line. I always say, take a couple of your clients. You can decide how many, and just use the system on them, the SOS system in hemp-powered hair, and see what happens. Don't mix lines, because you don't know who's doing what. So just make a commitment to the system and use the system. And the conditioner, the renewing shampoo, the moisture conditioner, moisturizer, you got yourself something absolutely amazing, but you gotta use it. It cannot sit on your back bar. Pick some clients to only use and see the difference, and they'll be able to tell the difference too. That's important.
Wonderful. So we have our renewing shampoo, ladies and gentlemen. We have our moisturizing conditioner. We have our leave-in detangler. We have our hemp-powered hair. We have our styling cream. We have our beard and scalp oil for the men. And then we have our peppermint oil that we are using in our facial, scalp facial. We have our UDBODY oil. You heard that Doris recommends that you use every single day. And then today, we've done a great live demonstration with our scalp facial products. Again, 1 ounce of the shampoo, 6 drops of the peppermint oil, and you said 1 tablespoon of baking soda?
Yes, that if a person's head is about the size of Mark. If the head size, not the hair length, the head size, determine how much formula you put together. But those are the 3 things you want to put together. And like I said, again, you can always go back and mix some more. So if you didn't mix enough in the first time, mix some more. And if you mix too much, you're still going to use it because you're going to shampoo the hair at least twice. So you'll still use, you won't waste. I don't believe in wasting product.
Right. So you didn't put any water in that, right?
No.
No.
No water.
The
No.
shampoo is what made it liquefied.
Exactly.
So we have about 2 minutes left. Are there any other questions? Because our next thing is call to action. And that is if you're on the line, if you're a guest, if you are a guest and a stylist, or if you're a stylist and a guest, if you're a barber, if you are a cosmetologist and you want to really impact your clients and yourself, you want to get on these products. So whoever invited you, you want to connect with them. Doris, what is your email so I can put in there if there's any additional questions for anyone on the line?
Doris, D-O-R-I-S, F as in Frank, Mosley, M-O-S-L-E-Y, @hotmail.com.
Do you have a Wakana email? No. So Dora F. Mosley, L-E-Y?
Yeah, Doris F. Mosley @hotmail.com.
Okay.
And I'm sure
Wonderful.
that's going to give me a Wakana hotmail.
Yeah, we got to get her a Wakana email. But we want to direct you to the person who invited you so they can get you this amazing system, our SOS system. You're also going to purchase some peppermint so that you'll have everything you need for those scalp facials that we all should be having done for each month. To exfoliate, get those toxins off. We're going to drink water. It doesn't matter what type of water, just as long as it's not tap water, but get your water in, exercise, eating by your blood type, plant-based focus, exercise, all of these things are holistic ways of nourishing our hair. And sleep, we got to get that sleep too. So thank you, Morris, so much. I want to thank you, Mark. Thank you so much. We look forward to working with you. We want to lock arms with you and really partner, because I don't think we have many barbers, do we?
No.
No. So we want to lock arms with you, bring you on board with us here at Wakana so that we can really impact those barbers in your area with our amazing products. What were you saying, Kathy? I thought I heard Kathy.
I was thinking Mark also.
Okay,
I'm
wonderful.
I'm Mr. Mark Forward at gmail.com, and that's MARC. So Mr. MARC FORD
At Gmail.
at gmail.com. So please tap in. I would love to, communicate as much as possible. We're ripping and running, and I'm fine.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah, he's
That
good.
sounds like
Just want
he is part of Team Eureka.
Yes.
that's right.
Join
That's
our
right.
team. That's right.
That's right.
Well, I'm going to let everyone go. Thank you, Doris.
And
Thank you, Kathy.
Dr.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you.
Dr.
Thank you,
McGuire,
Trina.
Dr.
Yes.
I just want everybody to say again and be very honest and sincere. A healthy hair starts with a healthy scalp.
A healthy
Say that.
hair starts with a healthy
Starts
scalp.
with a healthy
Well, we'll
scalp.
see you next next Monday. I'm already on Wednesday, Doris. Oh, Kathy. We'll see you next Monday at 2:30 Central Standard Time. Please invite your stylist. Please invite your friends and family that really want to improve the health of their hair. Thank you again, Mark. See you guys later. Thank you, Doris. Thank you, Kathy.
Dr. Rita,
Thank you, all my business partners out there as well.
Respect.